What is going on, my Patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Joel Davis Media Network. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, guys, we have some breaking news on the following situation. And y'all give me one moment here, and I will get that for you. Now, what you see here currently with me is the picture on your left of Eliza Fletcher. Now, if you don't know who Eliza Fletcher is, Eliza Fletcher was the young lady who recently was kidnapped. And she was kidnapped by the following suspect, which I can show you in a few moments. If you give me a second, pull up my notes here. She was arrested. She was, not arrested. She was kidnapped by a guy named Cleotha Abston, who also went by the nickname Pookie. So as we go and proceed on this, I'm going to continue to give you guys the whole story of what happened and how we got here. So without further ado, let's jump in to this story. So the following happened in Memphis, Tennessee, okay, which a young lady, Eliza Fletcher, went on her usual jog on a Friday, all right, and she was jogging near the University of Memphis campus. And around about 4:20 a.m. in the morning, she was jogging a few miles from her home on Carr Avenue. Now, this area is a predominant area where there is a suburb area where it's supposed to be nice and it's supposed to be safe. Now, at 6:45 a.m. on Friday, September the 2nd, a man was riding his bike and found Fletcher's damaged cell phone as well as a champion slide sandal on the ground at Central Avenue and Zach Curlin Street. The items were turned over to the Memphis Police and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, also known as TBI, for testing and analysis. Police are dispatched an hour later. 9 a.m. Okay, this is where it gets very, very important. Put some music for y'all guys to hear. So as I was saying, at 9 a.m., the Memphis police issue a city watch for Fletcher. The first stories are posted on the local media sites. Police soon revealed that they have evidence that Fletcher had been forced into the passenger side of a dark SUV on Central Avenue. Multiple law enforcement agencies become involved in the search for Fletcher, including the FBI and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Overnight, from going into September the 2nd to September the 3rd, volunteers with Shelby County Sheriff's Office spent several hours searching a wooded area of Overton Park Friday night in connection with Eliza Fletcher's disappearance. The park is about 1.3 miles from Fletcher's home, again from Carr Avenue. This is the first of several scenes police investigated. Then we go into Saturday, September the 3rd at 4:09 p.m. Police said they found the SUV wanted in connection with Fletcher's disappearance, and they detained one man. The vehicle is a GMC Terrain, and police say the man was its driver. Now, the man is not identified, nor are charges immediately announced. Then at 4:30 p.m., Fletcher's family posts a video statement. They're offering a $50,000 reward to help find her. Fletcher is the granddaughter of the late Joseph Joe Orgel III. He's a Memphis hardware businessman and philanthropist, whose company was reportedly worth billions when he died. The TBI performed a DNA test on the slides and found they belonged to Cleotha Abston after his information matched that in the CODIS, which is the Combined DNA Index System database. Investigators managed to recover the surveillance footage showing Abston wearing the same slides days prior to the abduction. In addition, investigators were able to find Abston's cell phone number and were able to determine his phone was in the vicinity of the abduction, approximately the same time it happened. When authorities arrived at Abston's last known address, they found the GMC Terrain with the passenger side tail light damage backed into a parking space. Then we move into Sunday, September the 4th at 3:34 a.m. Police announced that Cleotha Abston, 38, is the driver of the GMC Terrain, and he is charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with evidence in the case. According to records, Abston refused to provide investigators with information regarding Fletcher's location. Records show he also has a previous conviction for aggravated kidnapping from 2000. That case involved a prominent Memphis attorney who was abducted from Bill Street and taken to an ATM. WREG also obtained a copy of the affidavit in the Eliza's Fletcher's abduction. Police records indicate the abduction was violent and caught on camera. I'll put the link in the description below for that. Monday, September the 5th at 5:07 p.m., a body is discovered in the rear of an abandoned duplex home on Victor Street in South Memphis, but Memphis police were unable to confirm the identity of the individual. The location was near Abston's brother's apartment, where Abston was seen cleaning out his GMC Terrain and behaving strangely, according to the police. Tuesday, September the 6th at 8:49 a.m., Memphis police confirmed the body found in South Memphis was that of Fletcher. Additional charges of first-degree murder and murder in perpetration of kidnapping were added against Abston, police said. Then at 10 a.m., Abston appears in Shelby County Court for an arraignment on his initial charges. 10:30 a.m., Shelby County District Attorney Steve Morrow, along with Chief C.J. Davis and other law enforcement officials, held a press conference regarding Fletcher's abduction and death. Repeat violent offenders deserve a strong response, and that's what they'll get from this district attorney's office, Morrow said. Today is a very sad day in the city of Memphis. Police Chief Sarah Lynn Davis said. Fletcher's family released a statement during the press conference. We are heartbroken and devastated by this senseless loss. Liza was such a joy to many, her family, friends, colleagues, parents, members of her Second Presbyterian Church congregation, and everyone who knew her. Now, WREG also received surveillance video of Abston cleaning out his car hours after Eliza Fletcher's abduction. Now, I'm about to show y'all the suspect, but in the meantime, I'm going to stop sharing the screen here and tell you my thoughts on this. Man, this is like really, really sad, you know? And what's really sad is because it took a situation like this for someone to actually see how dangerous these liberal cities are becoming, to where people now are not safe. I mean, this young lady was in the prime of her life. She was a school teacher, she was a mother, she was a wife. She wasn't like she was out here being reckless. She was just taking a morning jog. And because of that, she lost her life because a guy who was a repeat offender took that away from her. Like literally. And what I don't understand is why it takes these DAs that say they're not so woke, why it takes them now to want to go up here and do the right thing. Now it's, oh well, we gonna do what we got to do now to make sure that he's gonna get prosecuted for the extent of the law. Why don't you think that should have been done to begin with? I mean, I'm just being honest about this, because now we have a young lady that is dead, DEAD, and there's nothing we can do about it. And her kids now will never be able to experience the love of their mother, because this jack, you know what, took her life. Man, woo, it's a lot, man. But we're gonna about to go in here and talk about who this guy really is. And what he got going on. So give me one moment here. And please, if you like the content, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. This is the only place where you want to get real news all day long, okay? And it's real news. I mean, that's just what it is. Real news. Now, with this right here, let's go find out some facts about this young man, that this disgusting young man that took this girl's life. And that is Cleotha Abston. So we're gonna do some fast facts about Cleotha Abston. All right, it's gonna be quick 5 facts that we know about this guy so far that's being reported. So let's go into the first fact. first fact is this gentleman is 6 feet 175 pounds. He was born on 11/27/1983. Now, he has been a part of the following. He hasn't really done anything until recently. Now, he did serve some time. Right now, he's on the following charges. He's been charged with aggravated kidnapping, tampering with fabricating evidence, first-degree murder, kidnapping, especially aggravated kidnapping, tampering with fabricating evidence, identity theft, theft of property, and $1,000 or less, and fraud use or illegal possession of a credit or debit card, $1,000 or less. All right. So whenever they found her body, they found her in a high grass south of a vacant residence, and they said that it smelled the odor of starting to begin to decay. Now you got to remember, Memphis is in the South. It's hot right now. So anytime anything like this is, anytime someone dies or you dispose of any kind of living, any kind of body, is whether it's an animal or especially a person in heat, the decomposition is going to speed up very rapidly. Okay, so they found her about 100 feet north of 1591 South Orleans Streets. They found a discarded trash bag, and it contained the purple Lululemon shorts consistent with those Fletcher was wearing the job. Now, neighbors also said that Abston was a weird pervert who stalked women and watched them and tried to get them to have sex with him for $100. Wow. People referred to Cleotha Abston as wild on another Facebook page in which he wrote about getting out of prison after 20 years. I got 364 days left. I can't wait to see my family and friends after 20 years. He wrote in 2019. He shared a gun photo on that page, which is the name Cleo Real. Now, Abston's arrest also came after a sudden flurry of activity in the abduction investigation, including discovery of his S.U.V. Second thing about this gentleman, the police said that Cleotha Abston left behind his champion sandals, and that's why they was able to find him, which we talked about that also. The third thing, we talked about he was involved in trying to kidnap someone in 2000, but it was a defense attorney named Kemper Durant. Now, this is when he was like 18, because in 2000, he entered a guilty plea. Court records show he received 24 years in prison starting in November 2001. Now, Cleotha Abston was eligible for release at the 85% of the 24-year prison sentence, and he got out sometime in the past 2 years. He also was charged with aggravated robbery. His sentence for that count was 11 years, but it appears to have run concurrently instead of consecutively, stemming from the same offense. So what happens is this young man at the time, I think when he did this, he was probably in 2000 when this happened. So we're talking about 22 years ago, and he's about to be 39 now, or is already 39. So we're talking about he was 17 when he did this. And so what they did in 2001 when he was 18 to sentence him, they just hooked him up with a whole, all right, we're just gonna go and put all this in one and give it to him concurrently instead of consecutively. That's like the dream words for a ex-con that's about to do some hard time. They don't mind hearing concurrent, because concurrent means we're wrapping it all up and you serve that one time. Now, in the May 2000 article in the Commercial Appeal, they said that Abston was 16 at the time of the kidnapping. He was one of the 3 juveniles. The only 12-year-old who was charged in the robbery and carjacking of Memphis defense attorney Kemper Durant. Okay, so he was 16. There was one that was 12. Wow, that's crazy. Now, Durant was confronted just before 2 a.m. as he left the Handy Awards ceremony. The gunman took his billfold and ordered Durant into the trunk of his 1992 Mercedes-Benz, while he spent the next 2 hours. The story obtained through the newspapers.com said the gunman then picked up the 2 other suspects. They tried to withdraw money from the ATM machines and took Durant to a gas station. Durant was able to call to a Memphis Housing Authority security guard in the store. The robbers left on foot while the guard called 911, the story says. Abston was arrested at the tip of Crime Stoppers, according to the Memphis Flyer. Now, Durant is now deceased, but he was remembered as a tenacious defense attorney who fought for the rights of people wrongfully convicted in a tribute article. Now, Fletcher's uncle, Mike Healy, worked for the same law firm that employed the now deceased lawyer once kidnapped by Abston. On Facebook, Pookie Abston, isn't that ironic? His nickname is Pookie. He's still friends with one of the co-actors in the Durant incident. There was an abduction in Memphis shortly before Fletcher was taken that resembles the Durant incident. In that case, a mother and young child was abducted at a Target store and made to obtain money out of ATM. Now, this is according to the local Fox News. But they got away alive. Police are still seeking those suspects. That is crazy. Fourth fact about this guy. The Pookie Abston Facebook page shared graphics with explicitives. Fletcher showcased pictures of her family on social media and wrote about her love of true crime podcast. The Pookie Abston page didn't have much visible on it. Expect for the gun graphic and a couple graphics with explicitives. Which part of F off do you not understand? Reads one. Another post says, this weed is very, very loud. Now, on the second Facebook page, which is in the name of Cleo Real, he wrote, don't lose your queen bee chasing a butterfly and end up with a roach. Let us spray. Now, in 2019, he wrote, I'm a prisoner in my own mind. I feel like these walls talking to me. In another post, he said, MFs always see my folks and be on some, what's up with Pookie? What's up with wow? Like, they really effing with a N. But don't F with no ninja. I've been gone all this time and have a Facebook page. ML, if you F with me, you would have made sure I was straight. FYM, get the F out of here with that BS. Been doing this shit by my MF and self. I'm screaming F you, ninja, and you know what with the B. Keep the same energy when they free me. Now on his Facebook page, on her Facebook page, Fletcher showcased photos of her husband Richie Fletcher and their 2 young children. Her most recent post of 2021, other than a profile picture of her family, reads, need a new general practitioner. Can someone recommend a good, easy to get an appointment of doctor or NP? Other photos show her wedding. Fletcher's Facebook post was similarly typical. I need TV show recommendations. I'm up for older shows and new ones. Read one. In one post, she told her friend she was looking for a new true crime podcast. She also wrote about running. Long distance runners, what do you think is the best form of cross training? She wrote, best podcast to listen to while running. I like serial up and vanish, and Dr. Death, I enjoy a happy hour, and I have another. Her Instagram page is filled with photos of her kids, of her husband and kids biking, family trips, and so forth. She wrote recently on Instagram, the boys wrote me with handmade cards, balloons, and breakfast. I love my family. I am an imperfect mother. Every day I am working to move from rigidity to flexibility, shame to grace, perfection and criticism to acceptance and gratefulness. I want to be a mom that is a safe place for the boys to feel, be themselves, and fail while learning. As I raise these boys, I am reteaching my inner child at the same time. Gotta give a shout out to at Fletcher Lives, who goes through this process with me and loves me at the same time. Hashtag surrender. Now this is Fletch underscore lives is the Instagram page of her husband, Richie Fletcher. He's a long distance bicycle rider, because in March he wrote on Instagram, 8 years in the making with this smoking hot babe. Wouldn't want it any other way. Damn, man. The boys and I had a blast chasing mom around the mountains as she ran her first 50K trail run. And the last fact, Abston also had a lengthy juvenile history for theft and aggravated assault. He was accused of taking a woman's wallet a day before Fletcher's abduction. Wow. Now, with his long juvenile record of theft and aggravated assault, the commercial peer reported that also appeared in juvenile court records in 96, 97, 98, and 99 for charges including theft, aggravated assault with a weapon, and violation. So this kid was into things from age 13 through 16. He was a menace. Wow. Think about that, guys. From the age of 13 through 16, this kid was already in the crosshairs of the cops. Then on Thursday, September the 1st, on 2022, the day before Fletcher kidnapping, a woman told Memphis police that her Cash App and Wisely card were being used at gas stations without her knowledge or consent. She left her wallet at the Malco Theater, and police found that a member of a cleaning service, Abston, had taken her wallet. Wow. It's not clear why he was not already under arrest for that offense. Nathaniel Isaac, an uncle of Abston, told Daily Mail, the whole effing family's wacky. They always have been. They're not loved to me. They're not beloved to me because they're nuts. It's the truth. Go check the police records for the Abstons. You'll find they're all perpetrators of something. My wife's son stayed locked up. Mario is arrested now for drugs and carrying a gun. And Cleo, I'm 100% sure he had something to do with her abduction. Can I prove it? No. Wow. In contrast, Fletcher is listed as teacher of St. Mary Episcopal School. I know I butchered that. Under the name Eliza Fletcher. Before the news of Abston's arrest, Eliza's family held a press conference and spoke publicly on the abduction for the first time. Liza's uncle, Mike Keenley, read a statement, including from her husband, brothers, and parents. Richie Fletcher, her husband, and the other family members flanked the uncle. All right. So I'm not gonna read that because I've already read that as well. So this is just crazy. It really is. This is just the craziest story I've heard yet. Now, here's my take on this whole situation. All right. I'm definitely confident that now you're gonna see Memphis, Tennessee crack down on crime like they have lost their mind. And it's sad that it takes a prominent member of the community for them to actually realize that they got to do something. Now, I don't know if Miss Eliza was a conservative or if she was a liberal, it doesn't matter. What matters now is how can we fix this problem? Because it is a problem. We've been seeing Memphis, Tennessee become the up and coming possible murder capital of the US of A, because they're so trying to catch up with New York and Chicago. I mean, Philadelphia and Chicago. If you didn't remember when I reported the story on the rapper Young Dolph, that was from Memphis. And then recently I just heard that his nephew got killed, but I'll probably report on that some other time, another day, another time. But it just goes to show you that all these Democratic run cities are dangerous because nobody wants to hold these criminals accountable. And now it takes this young lady here, 34 years of age, a runner at a university, to get killed for someone to say, all right, okay, I think it's time now that we do something. Well, don't you think we should have been done something? I mean, I'm not trying to be a-hole here, but I'm being realistic here. Don't you already been done? Because now this young lady, life is over. Her kids is never going to hold mama again. They're never going to experience the joy of having a mother's love. And she was taken from them at a young age where they wasn't able to actually remember their mother. And then the husband, look at the grief he's got to go through. I mean, poor guy. You know, you wake up with a woman that you have been counting to spend the rest of your life with, and then you get this guy named Pookie who's been a repeat offender, did 24 years in prison, and then only been out not even 2 years good, and decides to let his animalistic instincts direct towards your wife. Man, listen, I don't know about y'all, but better him than me, because I don't think I would have let dude make it to trial. And I'm just being real because I love my wife and my family that much. But that just goes to show you the times we live in. But anyway, y'all, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Tell me what you think about this particular story. Do you think that this gentleman here, this Abston dude, I don't want to butcher his name here, Cleotha Abston, do you think that he needs to get the electric chair? Do you think that he just need to get life in prison? Or do you think that maybe possibly they got the wrong man? I'm telling you now, I feel like they got the right man, and he's behind the death chair, the death penalty. I'm sorry. Quick, I don't want my tax dollars being spent on something like this. Put him out of his misery and let everybody know, if you can't go by society rules, that's where you're going. But anyway, please like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for hanging out with me on this one. I'm out.